Welcome, Virgo. This is your Love Scope reading for August 2014. So I tell you, I laid out the first two cards and I'm like, seriously? And then by the time I got to the end, I was like, yay, this is great. So, we start with the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I would have to say this is about you gaining empowerment this month. You saying, this is what my heart needs to go forward, and I demand it. It's safeguarding your heart. And I know I'm always talking about taking the walls down, but this is a defense that definitely needs to go up. And each one of those swords represents a hurt, a pain, a relationship that didn't go so great. And you're picking up the lessons now. And you're being empowered to go forward. Okay, because when cards like this come up, I would expect that next month we're going to see some aces. Maybe the lovers. Maybe the lovers down the road, but maybe the lovers. Because this is you really defining what's important and what's not important. And there are some things that you have held very surely in your mind that are important, that aren't important. It's you taking control of your happiness. You're the one pulling you down. Okay, and it's the only way to say it. It's your thoughts, it's your restless nights, where you're up at night thinking, I could have, should have, would have, might have done differently. You weren't supposed to do differently. You're supposed to be here at this moment right now based on the decisions you were supposed to make. Trust me, God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe is not going to let you stray. You're here for a purpose. And one of them is to experience love at its fullest. But with these swords over it's like your thoughts, okay? They're not in your head, okay? It's not piercing you. You don't have a headache. Although maybe some of you are stressing some moments to that point. That could very well be. But I think it's a minority of you. These are your thoughts. These are your worries. This is how you think, if I would have handled this differently, or if I would have acted in that situation differently, how much different my life would be today. No, it wouldn't have been. Okay, because something else would have happened to pull you into where you need to be now. So you made the right decision. Absolutely. Okay, but now you see, by all this thought that you have been doing on relationships, you really see where reality and your way of thinking connect flawlessly. And also you see where there is a disconnect. Okay, so the Knight of Wands. Okay, so a beautiful daily affirmation that you could do this month would be something to the effect of, thank you for the wisdom to honor my love, my beauty. Because really, this is all your lessons. This is your wisdom coming forward. Don't worry and fret about what you could have done differently. Understand why it happened that way and take the lesson from it and go forward. And then give thanks going forward. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, definitely there needs to be communication about how you're feeling about certain aspects of the relationship. It's all about gaining empowerment this month. So it's enjoying the moment. Okay, it's enjoying the moment and then seeing where in that moment it doesn't connect with your reality. Your vision of what it should be in reality. And then have the conversation, spark the conversations through that. Okay? This is giving thanks. I think you take a moment out upon your journey to give thanks for what's to become, okay? This reminds me very much of the knight who is going onward in the path and saying thank you for the protection you're going to give me going forward. And that's where I think you really need that daily affirmation, saying thank you for what is about to come. If you're looking for someone in your life, thank you for putting the love of my life in my path today. And remember, we don't follow the same timeline, so it might not end up being that day, but I can definitely say that that person will be put in your path to meet soon. And thank you for giving me the wisdom to make the proper choices in love in my life today. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to have conversations about love in my life today. Make your own affirmation of what's going to work for you. If you're looking for somebody, then ask for that somebody to be there. You know what you want. You've gone through the lessons in order to come up with a defined impression of what it is to be in a relationship, what they have to bring to the table and what you need to give in return, how you will exalt each other. If you're already in a relationship, you know, we have the Hierophant over here, and that really tells me that it's kind of a make or break kind of month for you if you're in a relationship. You're either going to go one of two ways. You're going to come to the conclusion that that person does not define love in the way you define love, and their way is not changeable because you've had those conversations. On the other hand, you're going to realize perhaps that this is the love of your life that is going to walk the 1,001 miles with you, hand in hand, exalting each other on your paths. But there might be actually something that you need to have the conversation about. Get it out in the open. This bothers me about our relationship. This needs to change. This is who I am. Can you give this to me? And what can I give you in return? And so it's a lot about taking the disconnect out of your life this month. We have the Hierophant and the Tower. I talked a little bit about the Hierophant and the Tower. So this is taking it back to that heartbeat moment. So if you're in a relationship, okay, so when you first meet each other, you have absolutely no expectations on each other. Your heart flutters, your tummy does that somersault, your palms get sweaty, you're checking your phone every 5 minutes to see if they text you or emailed you or sent you a picture of some sort. You can't wait to see them again. You know, that's the kind of flutter, that aliveness that is needed this month, that you need to embrace this month. But, you know, then as we get to know each other, we start to put, well, you should be more this way towards me, and you should be doing this a lot more. And it eventually gets to years and years and years and years and years of being together, and it is now an expectation that our love is determined on whether or not you remember to take out the garbage, or you remember to do the dishes, or you remember to pick up the kids at daycare, or you remember to pick up the milk. Yeah, we get so many little things that we really need to take off the blinders this month, okay? And realize that, you know, what is the big picture? Where do I want to go in this relationship? And does it really matter if the garbage got out? It's not going to matter in 5 years, I know that, unless it happens for the next 5 years straight, obviously, right? So, like, how big of an issue is it? Is it something you're willing to live with? Is it something you're willing to compromise in your life? You know, make a compromise. Oh, it could be that the two of you are, you know, in today's world especially, one of you has to go outside of town in order to get a job. And so what happens is, okay, so now they might have to live in that town for 5 days a week, and I'd love to come home every weekend, but, you know, we can't afford that, hon. That's, you know. And so now you have to make a decision of, you know what, I have given so much to this relationship, and now you're asking me to only see you 48 hours a week. I can't do this anymore. Or it might be, you know what, this is only temporary. We're going to get through this because we're strong enough. We have that bond. We have that togetherness. And it's just going to exalt us. So don't worry about it because it's temporary. Either I'm going to move out there or you're going to come back home because the job is going to open up. This is not a forever fix. So we can do this. We can push through this struggle. So it all depends on where you are in your relationship. If you're not in a relationship, then it's really your definition of what you want in a person and what you're allowing to accept from that person. Okay? So maybe you're putting up too many boundaries before you get to know them. Maybe you are not allowing any boundaries to be there. And that can go ugly in so many ways as well. So it's defining what you really want in that person and asking for that person to be there, because we have the Tower, okay? And this is you, and this is a painful rebirth, okay? But it's a rebirth nonetheless of you standing in a new light, a new truth. This is the month you're going to gain empowerment so that next month you are empowered. Okay, you are standing in your truth next month, and it's because of a lot of lessons. Yes, there might be hurt. There definitely will be a couple of sleepless nights. Okay, but do not try and rethink anything that you've done in the past on how you could have done it differently. Okay, that's not what you're to learn from whatever's put in front of you right now. What you're to learn is, could I live with that truth today? Or would I do it differently today? And that is you saying to God, the universe, your spirit guides, your angels, that, you know what, I got the lesson. I'm ready to move forward. Move forward in love. So whether or not you're in a relationship, moving forward in love. Okay, I don't care if you're celebrating your 65th wedding anniversary this month. Congratulations if you are. You can always raise the level of passion and love in a relationship. You can always exalt it to a higher level. So, and then I pulled the Ace of Gabrielle, which tells me that you are definitely going on a new path as the month rounds. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, a chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonderful. Okay, so you've gone through the lessons. This is saying you've gone through the lessons. You've gone through the struggles and the pain and the sorrow in order to get to this point. And now moving forward, you move with a new truth. And it's just a definition of your truth this month. It's almost like a pause moment before you go forward in order to have that clarity of what that person means in your life and what you want a person to mean in your life. So until next time we meet, remember, I do love you.